What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 19. And today we got the first of what we'll do every month at the end. If you guys are familiar with the A's franchise from last year, kind of like a monthly recap, going over stats, standings, league leaders, injuries we have, all that stuff. Just to kind of wrap up the month that was. And so today we'll be doing the month of April. And I simmed one extra day in, so we're actually 18 and 11, but we went 18 and 10, 17 and 10, 18 and 10, I think, in the month of April, which was good enough for a second place here in the NL Central, right behind the Brewers, just ahead of the Cubs. Reds are kind of falling out already, and the Cardinals are right on our heels as well. So I was surprised that we, played pretty well. We're still in the thick of things. We actually have, taking a look at the wild card, we actually have one of the wild card spots if the playoffs were to start today. So now let's take a look at the league leaders. And Young-Ho Gong, you're going to see him a lot. He's good there in average for fourth place. And then Adam Frazier is actually doing very well in doubles. He's hitting very well for us in the 2-hole. I was very surprised by that. And then Kevin Newman, the young guy who won the job from Mike Gonzalez out of spring training, is up there in triples as well with 3, along with Gregory Polanco. And then on to some power numbers. Gong currently leads the National League in home runs with 12, and I mean, he's having a great year. Then you got Corey Dickerson hitting right behind him in the lineup. He's got 8 home runs on the season, and that's good for fourth place in the National League. So 3-4 hitters are hitting very early. I think that's a big reason why we're winning so many games. And then on to RBIs, Gong again leads the NL. So he leads the NL in RBIs and home runs through the month of April. And Corey Dickerson's right behind him there with 25, only 7 behind. So, 57 RBIs between the 3 and 4 hitters to start. And, we'll take that. And then Gong also up there in runs as well. Starlin Marte making the list. And runs hanging out there at the bottom there. He's been doing pretty good in the leadoff spot. Obviously, we'd like to see him get a little better, but, can't complain too much. And then, again, it's all Gong. He's killing it. On-base percentage, slugging percentage. So, naturally, when you're in the top in both of those, you're gonna be up there in OPS as well. So, it's good for second in the National League right now in OPS. We'll take a look at some of the pitching stats, though. Jameson Taillon, off to a pretty good start. Quiet start for us, but good nonetheless. Gets him tops of the win mark with 4, along with Trevor Williams. And then he's also up there. Felipe Vasquez in saves. Haven't seen him in a gameplay video yet, but he is having a very, very nice year for us so far. And then Taillon up there in ERA. Again, having a quiet year so far, but, we'll take that as long as it's, giving us wins. Home runs allowed, Trevor Williams is only allowed 2. It's good for second. And then batting, wins above replacement, Gong leading the National League through the first month of the season. More on him later in the video. But now we're going to take a look at the player stats just quickly around the team. So on to the player stats. Jameson Taillon at 2.15 ERA. Trevor Williams, I'm sorry, that's Chad Kuhl. My apologies. We had to call him up. Chris Archer is on the DL. We'll get to injuries in a second, but Chad Kuhl had that one start. Didn't do so hot. Trevor Williams with his ERA under 3 as well. And then not so hot there for Liriano. He's only in the rotation because Musgrave had like a daily injury. Musgrave will be back for his next start, and Liriano thankfully will go back to the bullpen. And then, of course, Kingham not off to a great start. And like I said, Musgrave's over there because he's day-to-day with an injury, but he'll be back in his rotation spot. Otherwise, the bullpen is holding things together pretty well. As you saw, Vasquez is like second or third in saves in the NL, so quietly having a pretty good season. Our bullpen is holding up. Another big reason we're winning so far, I think. But of course, that was the one part of the team I thought we'd be fine with. On to the player stats there. Marte hitting .278, 3 homers, 13 RBIs, a couple stolen bases. Quietly having a decent year, but definitely would like to see him pick it up a little bit. Frazier's hitting pretty good, right at 300 there in the 2-hole. It's a good lefty. I like the combination of Marte as a righty and then Frazier batting second and lefty. Really kind of confused. You know, there's no really wrong way to go with it there. You got a shot at getting on base one way or the other because they're both very good, you know, contact hitters. And of course, Gong and Dickerson, we went over their numbers. They're killing it. And then Gregory Polanco's not doing so hot right now. Definitely want to get him going. He's doing all right with the glove, but got to get that bat going a little bit. Only hitting under 240. We can't really have that. Josh Bell surprisingly has been pretty good for us. He's, I didn't really expect to keep him around. I mean, we'll see what happens, obviously, but he's having a pretty good year so far. And then Cervelli's not playing very well at all. I don't know what we're going to do with him. I might give the backup Elias Diaz some more at-bats here in the next couple months. Kind of see what we have with him. But other than that, though, we're still hitting, so I'm not going to complain too much. Hitting a lot better than I thought we would. And then the bench is doing about as expected for the at-bats that they get. And again, like I said, Diaz might give him some more at-bats and time behind the plate. So now we'll go to the injuries. And like I said, Joe Musgrove's just that day-to-day. He actually, I believe, comes back right after this, so he shouldn't miss. He missed the one start that Liriano started, but here's the big one, though. Chris Archer, expected to miss a couple months with a broken wrist, and that's big because we need him. He's kind of like second most important guy on the team in terms of pitching. And then Mitch Keller, our top pitching prospect, also out with a fractured wrist or fractured hand, and he's expected to miss here another month or so. And that sucks because he is kind of the guy you'd want to replace Archer with, but we had to give Cool. He's good enough to where we can give him a shot. But if someone else goes down, we might be in a little bit of trouble. And then Elmore is out, but he's not really part of the future. So let's take a look at the players of the month in the American League. Masahiro Tanaka got pitcher of the month. Player of the month goes to Randall Grichuk of the Blue Jays. Rookie of the month is that guy from the Mariners. So on to our National League, and the pitcher of the month is Gosman of the Braves. Player of the month, Young Ho Gong. I think it's the first time in any of my series we've done on the channel that one of our players has actually been player of the month. So congrats to Gong. He's definitely the Pirate of the month for sure. Instead, he's the entire National League player of the month. And then Pete Alonso for the Mets got rookie of the month. And that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, guys. If you wanted to enjoy it, smash that like button down below. Thanks for all the support on the videos so far this series. Having a blast. You guys seem to be enjoying it. Let's keep that going. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.